Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in this tutorial, we are going to create a pile of gold bricks in Maya and Substance Painter. So we're going to use Maya for modeling and Substance Painter for texturing. And then we're going to go back to Maya to set up our scene of this gold bricks pile and scatter them using Maya's mesh instancer. So let's start with our modeling, and it's just a simple model. So I'm going to take a cube and increase its depth a little like this, and decrease the height and width. Now I'm going to go to vertex mode and select the vertices on the top here and just scale them down a little like this. Now go to edge mode, select all the edges of this cube and bevel, decrease the fraction and increase 4 segments. Keep the fraction to 0.17. Now go to mesh display and select the soften edge. Now let's unwrap this. So for this I'm going to go in my UV editing mode. So select this object, go to create and use camera based mapping. Now go to edge mode and let's select the seams. So select these edges with me. And cut, then go to shell mode, then unfold and layout. Now use orient shell to fix the rotation and go to edge mode, select these edges, move and sew, then one more time move and sew, and look for these unattached edges and let's close them. And now it's time to connect these parts. So select these 2 edges and move and sew, and one last time select these edges and close. Now our brick is unwrapped, so layout and let's rotate it. And now we are good to go, and now we can export this brick to Substance Painter. So I'm going to go into File, Export Selection, and export it as FBX or OBJ. Create a new document. And import my model. Change the resolution to 2K and normal map format to OpenGL. Disable these auto unwrap and import cameras if they are checked. Click OK. And now let's go to texture set settings and bake mesh maps. Increase the output size. Click on this use low poly mesh as high poly mesh. We are not using any ID map or thickness, so let's deselect those and change the anti-aliasing to 4x4 and click on this bake selected texture. And we are done with the baking. So let's go back to layers and delete this empty layer, and we're going to use a gold material for this. So let's try this gold pure and see how it looks. So this looks fine, but let's try something different. So I'm going to hide this, go to my smart material, and here let's try this gold damaged. and this looks good too. So I'm going to go with this one. This looks more realistic. So I'm going to open this, and in the gold pure, just change the projection to triplanar of every layer here. Just make sure that all the grunge maps you're using are set to triplanar so that there are no hard seams or anything like that. So we are good to go. We just need to add some details on this brick. So I have some reference here, so let's open that. So I'm going to add some engraving here. So let's add these details. Fine gold. Let's go back to Substance Painter and let's take a new paint layer and disable all the channels except the height. We just need the height information. Turn it down to minus 0.2 and go here in your textures and let's search for font, maybe in this section here. Let's try this one. So this looks better. Change the type from regular to bold, and I'm going to increase the brush size and the size of this font, and let's engrave it here like this and go back. So these are all capital. Let's change it like this and maybe a little small, something like this, and then gold. Let's make it bold and increase the brush size like this. Change it to regular, scale it down a little, and I'm going to engrave it here like this. And one more thing, net weight 1000 grams. So let's change it, net weight to 1000 grams and engrave it here like this. And we are looking good, so we can export this. Let's go to file and export textures. Change your folder. Choose the output template to document channel plus normal with AO and no alpha. File type, I'm going to take PNG and size to 4K and just click on export. So our textures are exported. Let's go back to Maya and I'm going to assign a material here. So right click, go to assign new material, and in the Arnold I'm going to select this standard surface and go to material attribute. I'm going to go in the color and file and import my base color. Go to metalness and go to file, import your metallic map. Change the color space to raw, and in the color balance select this alpha is luminance. Now go back and in the roughness, open this, go to file, import your roughness map. Change the color space to raw and alpha is luminance. And at last, let's go to this geometry, bump mapping, file. Change this use as to tangent space normals. Go to bump value and import your bump map. Change it to raw. Now what we can do is we can take a plane and let's increase its height and width to something like this. Select this brick, place it up here, and You can go to Arnold, Light and Area Light. Go to Panels and look through selected. So we're going to look through this light to place it like this. Go to Perspective mode. Arnold and Render. So let's select your light and go to Attribute Editor. Turn off this normalize and increase the exposure to something like this. So as you can see that these engravings are not looking good. What we can do is select this, go to Material Attribute. In the normal map, you can go back here, and in the Arnold, you can flip the G channel like this, and now it's looking better. Let's create another light. I'm going to go in the Arnold, Light and Area Light. Go to Panels and look through selected like this. And select this light. Now render. And let's go to Attribute Editor, turn off normalize for this one. Let's change the material for this background, something like this, and change the color. Increase a little roughness. So our gold brick looks good. So I'm going to finish this video here, and in our next video we're going to use mesh instancer in Maya to create a pile of this brick. So I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.